Hello everybody and welcome to our town hall on August 30th, 2020. Thank you so much for spending the time to join us today for what I think is going to be a very exciting and interesting town hall. We're going to hear from our board president, we're going to hear from our building committee chair, we're going to get some information about what's going on at Christ Lutheran Vale Church. So to kick things off, I would like to introduce Doug Newell. Doug is the existing board president at Christ Lutheran Vale. And we spent some time in the new sanctuary where he shared some information about what's going on with Christ Lutheran Vale. So I encourage you to listen to Doug Newell's presentation.
Hi, I'm standing here in Sylvie's mission headquarters, standing in front in the new sanctuary, and presenting the quarterly town hall meeting, again via by Skype. And I want to come here and talk to you a little bit about positive. It's easy to be negative right now. It's easy to be negative about, geez, we haven't been able to attend the service in person. We've got to deal with COVID. We have to wear masks. Gee, I'm wearing my mask, but that other person isn't wearing a mask. Right now, Pastor Hook is talking about being positive. God wants us to be positive. I drove up on campus today, and this is what I saw. I saw 3 or 4 tents up, pop-ups set up with the Boy Scouts, and they all had booths setting up. There were kids running around the Creation School building. They're having an in-service teachers meeting and training going on right now. Behind us is a new storage bin going up. There's 4 volunteers, Randy, Tony, Chris, and Chuck. They have been doing this months now, building this storage, volunteering to do that. All I can say is this is positive things that are going on right now in the sanctuary. Just imagine, the sanctuary hasn't even opened and we already have this going on campus. It is very important for us all to be positive about our lives and about what's going on with CLV. The staff, CLV staff, Pastor Hook and his staff have been very positive with presenting new programs, presenting different ways to bring service to us, and there's future plans what's going on. There's a women's retreat by Zoom that's going to get started in September, and even though I say it's women's, they have invited men to also, if you were having a hard time dealing with stress or being positive with your life, there are those presentations would be good for everybody. There's a children's program going to start up in September. I know Pastor Hook's going to start on that. He's going to present those a little bit later. So I want to thank the staff, all the staff, for being positive. The other day, Tim and I joined a Zoom on Wednesday, and the first thing I noticed was everybody had smiles on their face. And to me, that's positive. No one is feeling grudgy or that they have to do this, that it smiles while on the Zoom. So I just want to thank all the staff for that. I want to thank Pastor Jennifer Hook and her staff for the hard work they did to get the Creation School up and running, to get it up running safely. That they've started school, they've started a 2nd and 3rd grade. Those are all positive things that are going on right now. I want to personally thank Nick Belak for the steadfast and untiring work he provided to CLV. He is still around, he still will attend some meetings, but I just want to thank him, and I wish him luck and his wife with their new baby that's coming. I want to also thank the mission leaders who have continuously provided volunteer work with their groups. Some groups weren't able to meet, but many of them continued on with their missions. And that is either by Zoom or somehow was able to meet to continue with those programs. Again, positive, being positive about what is going on with CLV here. Satan wants us to be negative. Satan wants to walk away from the church, wants to walk away what's going on. God is positive, wants us to be positive about what is happening. No matter what the circumstances, we have to think as the glass is being half full and not half empty. it's important that we continue that and be steadfast with what we do here at COV. It's that time of year that I ask for volunteers. I ask for people to step forward. We are starting to recruit new board members to be on the next board, the board class or board round. I know of 2 people, myself is one, they'll be coming off the board, and there may be 3. If you've ever thought about being a leader at the church level, being on the board, this is a great opportunity for you to, step forward and see what it's like to do it. You can always, you don't have to answer yes now or no now. What you can do is investigate it. See if it's something you would like to do. Right now we meet on a monthly basis. We meet for about an hour and a half. We try to keep the meetings from 6:30 to 8 or whatever time it starts for about 90 minutes. And we're right now doing it by Zoom. That doesn't mean that once COVID goes away, they won't start meeting in person, but it's usually a monthly meeting. And then we always start out with doing a little bit of not sermon, but I mean a Christian walk, what's going on in our lives at that meeting, and then we go on with the business. You can ask any board member what it takes to be on it. It's hard to imagine that my term is ending. Just seems like it was just the other day, 4 years ago, where we're in the Cienega band room and waiting for the election turns to come through for our to be elected as board members. They will be looking for a board president. If you have a chance, if you have an inkling to be the president, will be on the slate with it, along with board leadership on that board. I do want to thank the current board members for their positiveness, how they've taken this on in a positive view. It's easy on a Zoom. It's just imagine 7 or 8 people trying to meet by Zoom, and it's easy to talk over each other. But yet, the board has been very respectful with everybody's views, and the whole idea of the board have a wide range of gender, experience, age, and so everybody has different viewpoints on how the church should be run. And so that's our goal, is to keep that going forward. So again, I invite you to pray about considering being on the board. This is your time. I have an assignment for you right now. I need you to take out a pencil, piece of paper, and I want you to write down this email address. CLV has set up an email where you can email directly to the board president. It could be positive comments, it could be questions or concerns, it could be, when is that sanctuary going to open again? It could be any question you may have. It goes straight to the board president. He's the only one that will see that email. Now, he may bring someone else in who he thinks is appropriate to hear what the comment or question is, but the original email will just go to the board president. Actually, right now, I'm the one that has access to that email, and then when I come off, the next board president will be the only person that has access to it. So that email address is, are you ready? president@christlutheranvale.org. That's president@christlutheranvale.org. As the board president who's about ready to come off, but still got 3 more months, feel free to send an email. Again, positive comments or anything you have concerns about. So my prayer to you is to remain positive, that may your walk with God be steadfast and always positive. And always keep looking at the CLV website to see what's going on and the new programs coming up. And I thank you for listening. Have a good day.
Thank you, Doug, for your very good and encouraging words to tell us that we should all stay positive, and I agree with that completely and wholeheartedly. And thank you for sharing from the board all the things that are going on from the board perspective. We also spent some time talking to Tony Smith. Tony is the building chair And as the building chair, he's very excited to share with you about how the building is progressing. So take a look at some of the exciting things that are happening with the building.
Good morning, and welcome to our second virtual tour of Christ Lutheran Vale's new building. I would like to start off with the concrete work that's being done on the outside of the building. As you can see, it goes all the way to the end and around to Building 100, which will be our courtyard down the road here shortly. And then we have a huge walkway all the way from the parking lot to the building. And it goes all the way across from building to building. So if it starts raining, you can get inside the overhang to walk into the building. As you can see, the lobby is just about done. We still have some building material in here for the flooring. We've already done 2 walkthroughs of the building, interior and outside, for a punch list to make sure everything gets corrected before we get the C of O occupancy inspection. So they won't be nitpicking us when it comes to C of O inspection. Are just about completed with the kitchen. We are due for our fire final on Tuesday of this coming week. Once that's completed, I've already talked to Priscilla at Pima County Health, and she's ready to come out and do the kitchen final for us. As you can see, the bathrooms are completed. All they got to do is do the final cleaning on them, and they'll be ready for use. As you can see, the bathrooms are all completed. This is the cry room, and it's done, waiting for the flooring to be put in, and we're not putting any flooring in until we get all the stone work completed. And then the audiovisual people will come in, and they'll do their final, and then we'll get the flooring people in, and basically we're done. So now we're going to go upstairs to the storage room. Nobody's seen it yet. It looks really nice. As you can see, this is our storage room. We have a lot of storage available now for a lot of things, the Christmas tea stuff, anything that we had at Cienega. And in the storage outside, we'll be able to go in here or into our new steel building we have in the back of the complex. But this is a great storage area. As you can see, we have the stone up. We did have an issue with the stone not being put on properly, and that put us anywhere from 2 months to 6 weeks behind schedule. It was a safety issue. We did not want to get an OSHA complaint filed against us for people working in here with the brick possibly able to fall off. You'll see some video inside that shows how easy it was to come off. So it was a safety issue. We did not want other workers working inside here with the brick possibly falling off. As you can see, it's pretty tall, so if it would have fell off the top and hit somebody, we'd have bigger issues on our hands, and we didn't want to take a chance on that. And then basically just about everything is done inside the sanctuary itself. The electrical people are completed. It's still the audio-visual piece that needs to be completed, and they would not come in as long as the brick on the wall was unsafe. So that's all been taken care of, and we'll have them in here next week, and I would imagine a week after that we'll be putting the floors in. And as you can see over in the corner, the chairs are here, so we're ready to go. We just need to get a few things completed, and we'll be ready to worship. As you can see, we're just about done, and this has been a work in progress. I can't thank everybody who's been involved in this, especially the building committee, Pastor Hook, people who have really stepped up and helped with getting this accomplished. It's been a great adventure, and this is going to be an area that we can use for a number of things down the road. And we're just at the beginning of everything right now. And again, thank you, and you'll have a blessed day.
Well, thank you, Doug and Tony, for the information update from the board and from the building committee. And I know I speak for the whole entire congregation to let you know how grateful we are for your service to Christ Lutheran Vale and the kingdom. I just wanted to spend a few more moments letting you know some things happening at Christ Lutheran Vale. We are going to be starting some children's programming, and that will start on September 16th. And so keep your eyes posted and watch some of the emails. for some of the children's programming that's going to happen. That's going to be elementary, sprouts, confirmation, junior high, senior high. All that's going to be starting up in September. Also, Doug mentioned, but we are putting on a conference. It's called the Hard Things Conference. It's basically, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, Philippians 4:13. And there are 13 or 14 speakers that are going to be part of this conference. Now, this conference, these speakers are some really world-class speakers that are all around the United States. And they've volunteered to be part of our conference. It kicks off tomorrow, or no, Tuesday, September 1st. And you can find out more information about that conference at www.hardthingsconference.org or .com. And you can learn about that conference. You can join. And as Doug said, it don't necessarily have to be female, because a lot of us are struggling, and this is good information for everybody. So please be a part of that. I'd like to particularly thank one of the board members, Erica Jones, who got the nudging from God to put on that conference and followed the nudging and contacted all the people and made it available. We've really learned a lot about how to produce stuff for Christ Youth Unveil. And so we've been on a learning curve for the last 3 months, about so many things about what we do at Christ Youth Unveil. So keep your eyes and ears posted about all the various opportunities that are happening. We know that when we start gathering together for worship, that there are some people that simply won't feel comfortable attending worship until we actually get out of this pandemic. Either that we've got complete herd immunity, or there's a virus or a vaccine, or we can keep things very, very safe. And so our commitment to those people that are going to have to continue online is that we will try to produce the best online content that we can, so you feel connected to Christ Youth Unveil Church. At the end of the month, we do a Community Sunday. We've had a lot of people join us for Community Sunday. And that is really an opportunity to just join together with some other fellows from our church. And people gather together as one big group, and then we break into small groups, and we have a lot of fun sharing with that. We also have a Bible study that happens every day, Monday through Friday. So if you want to stay connected with other people, join online at 7 o'clock for that Bible study. It's live, and then throughout the rest of the day, it is recorded. But you're welcome to give your comments anytime, and we kind of respond to those comments as it goes. It's really a lot of fun. It's a great Bible study, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity with all this technology that we can meet daily for a Bible study, and it's been really, really, really great. Some of you are probably wondering about how we're doing with our offering. And I must just say, I am absolutely blown away with the commitments. I mean, I know some of you are really struggling financially. The pandemic has hit you particularly hard. Some of you have lost income. And so I'm just amazed at how faithful so many people of our congregation. The offering is down a little bit, but it's not severe, and we will make adjustments as we move forward. I'm just so grateful for all of you about how you have maintained your commitment to the building committee and also your Sunday morning offering. And so I praise God for that. And if you're struggling, I want you to know that our congregation stands with you. If there's anything that you need, if you need some counseling, if you need some financial aid, if there's anything that we can do for you or your family or anybody, please reach out and talk to me, the deacons, the board, and we will see what we can do. We're all in this together. This is this has never happened in any of our lifetimes before. And I hope it never happens in my lifetime ever again. But it doesn't prove, but it reveals the fact that we live in a world that still is tainted by the original sin, by the fall of man. We do not live in a perfect world, and so we have all sorts of things that happen, and including this pandemic. So this concludes our town hall. If you would like to respond to it, you can send an email to Doug, our board president, at president@christlutheranvale.org. You can send an email to me, david.hook@christlutheranvale.org. Or you can reach out to anybody on the staff or the deacons and share information. I do believe that the building will be ready in September. And so the earliest we'll be able to worship is in October. We obviously want to follow the CDC guidelines, but on the flip side, we know that not worshiping is very, very difficult. There are a lot of churches that have been not worshiping, but they're going to start worshiping in October. And that may mean a lot of cleaning and additional things that need to happen. The churches that are worshiping are much less people showing up. And so that changes the flavor of things, how things look. And so we're still at a staff level looking at how we're going to worship when we get back together again. We want to keep you safe, but we also understand that we were created for worship. So keep your eyes and ears posted, and we will be providing updates continually through our email, through our Tuesday emails, and all the other things that we have going on. So take a look at the website, Facebook page, YouTube channel, and stay connected. So that pretty much ends our town hall. Thank you so much for joining us. I praise God for each one of you. I pray daily for each one of you. This is a hard time, but God's still in charge. And what a tremendous opportunity that's coming up for us at Christ Lutheran Vale Church. So until we meet again, God's blessings. We'll see you later.